I was doing my daily rant to all the anime nerds and overweight weebs about how One Piece is the second coming of Christ in manga form, when suddenly I hear a conversation that piques my interest. A fellow female classmate is talking about an anime that isn't One Piece. I think to myself, she has an opinion? Let's stop that. I march over there to give her a piece of my mind when she says,
"Oh my gosh, Hisoka is so hot. I don't care if he's a gay clown and a pedophile. He's so hot."
"Who are you talking about?"
"Oh, this guy from an anime called Hunter x Hunter."
Wait, so there's an anime called Hunter x Hunter that has sexy gay clowns?
Yeah.
I'll be right back. And from that moment on, my life was forever changed. Hunter x Hunter is the greatest anime of all time. Look, I can already see you guys typing in the comments. But what about Attack on Titan? But what about Full Metal Alchemist? But what about... Don't you even think
about saying that none of this discussion, I will personally kidnap you, strictly naked,
paper cut every square inch of your body and throw you into a kiddie pool filled with simply lemonade. So don't you dare say otherwise, because you're wrong! Oh, Hunter x Hunter. Sounds like a cool show. What is it about? I don't know. That's a good question. The first episode starts off with an introduction to our main protagonist of the story, Gon. A 12-year-old boy with the strength of an ox on roid rage catching a massive fish. You're probably thinking to yourself, why is he catching this fish? Well, he made a promise to his Aunt Mito. Made a promise with his Aunt Mito that if he can complete this nearly impossible task, he could follow in his dad's footsteps by leaving the island to pass the hunter exam. And Gon's like, big fish, huh? Hold my beer. Yeah! So he sets off on his journey to become a hunter. Keep in mind that becoming a hunter is one of the most difficult things to accomplish. The very moment you set foot on the boat that's transferring you to the exam site, you're being watched, observed, and pushed to your limit just to weed out the weak and trim off the fat. And when you finally get there, that's when the real fun begins. Speed and endurance, wits, smarts, courage, and power all being put to the test against examiners, the forces of nature, and even the fellow examinees. Every single person is battling to see who can make it past every trial and to become a hunter. What's so special about being a hunter? Well, I could give you multiple reasons. The amount of freedom and benefits are immense. 90% of countries which normally restrict the entry, and access to 75% of the areas that the general public is restricted. The ability to sell the hunter's license has a value, though only the original recipient of the license has access to the privileges of a hunter. It can be still sold for enough money to support the seller's family. The ability to use a license as collateral for a zero-interest loan of $100 million at any... Oh, did I mention you can also get away with murdering people with little to no repercussions? So where do I sign up? Basically, you get to do whatever you want, whenever you want, with the freedom to the secrets of the world at your fingertips. During all this exposition and info dump, you get beautiful world building, great artwork and animation with the top-of-the-line soundtrack that's just chef's kiss, and an exciting, likable cast with interesting character design. I mean, the list goes on and on. Speaking of characters... The characters in Hunter x Hunter are insane. Every person is distinct with their own goals and motives. And I can honestly say through the entire series, there really are no heroes or villains. Some characters you think are perfect in every way, never wavering not one bit. But then you find out that their ideals and outlooks on life are immoral. When When they get pushed to the limit, it shows that side of them. And others go from mindless, power-hungry monsters to loving and caring characters that feel more realistic than the majority of mainstream anime. These characters actually feel like real people in the world. One moment you could be fighting them head to head in a life or death situation, and then in the next arc you could be teaming up with them. Antagonists actually crack jokes with one another. They have fun. They hang out together. They arm wrestle, play card games, and they mourn for one of their own that's missing or dies. And they actually, hear me out, develop throughout the story. Isn't that crazy? It's beautiful. See this character right here? He just became the first to be blessed with an overwhelming power out of his ant-human hybrid species. Don't ask questions. Anyways, being drunk off this power, he sets his sight on the throne. The throne to be king of all creatures, far and wide, striking fear in the hearts of anyone who steps in his way. And then immediately after that, his siblings born. Being scaled up to her overwhelming amount of murderous horror, his dreams of becoming the king get stripped away faster than it was given to him. You see that? This side character has more character development in 3 minutes than the entire cast of Demon Slayer for the whole story. In the beginning, everyone's personalities and motives are so different. Some characters' goals are simple and concrete, straightforward, while others are still searching for one, a meaning, a purpose in life. And that to me is really beautiful, honestly. Put a tear to your eye. The 2011 Hunter x Hunter adaptation was made by the studio Madhouse, responsible for animating the likes of One Punch Man, Monster, Death Note, No Game Life, which is amazing if you can get past the incest and pedophilia, but yeah, and many others. The backgrounds, colors, and the scenery are all flawless. It's beautiful. But where would all these great visuals be without a good score to set the atmosphere? Yoshihisa Hirano was the man in charge of composing the music for this series. Each song fits perfectly for each arc and each situation. Requiem got me whispering to my pet tarantula. Ahsoka's theme make me feel like a Mexican hitting the salsa on Cinco de Mayo. From Whale Island got me fishing with my dad. And Kingdom of Predators make me realize that my dad was never there. No! What? Songs that make me happy. Songs that make me want to jump up and bounce around. Songs that make me cry and sit in my room all day. And then hype songs that get me ready for a fight. Like, you know when you hear Hash Hour come on, somebody's getting maxed out. Who's boxing? I want to know. And the fight scenes are fire, baby!
Tell me something. You motherfuckers can't tell me nothing. I'd rather die than to listen to you. My DNA not for imitation. Your DNA an abomination. This how it is when you in the matrix, dodging bullets, reaping what you're sowing, stacking up the footage, living on the go and sleeping in the villa, sipping from a Grammy.
This dude's fighting with lightning. This dude's fighting with bubble gum or rubber. I don't know. This dude gets high and jumps people with smoke puppets. This dude slaps you around with a giant Buddha statue. This dude threw the sun at Miss Kipling like, oh damn! The possibilities are truly endless, like sky's the limit. And this all stems from the show's power system and the best power system in history. At me right now, I dare you! Nen. Nen is aura that draws from one's life source. Every single human on Earth has it. But it takes true skill and mental fortitude to be able to control it. I mean, I can honestly make an entire video alone on the Nen power system and how complex it is, so just trust me, it's complex. Just to give you a brief gist of how Nen works, Nen allows the user to control their own aura. Pretty much, simple, fair enough. Whether it's for affecting others, affecting yourself and your aura, affecting objects, creating things with aura, or anything in between. From birth, every person is chosen for one of these Nen categories. And from there, you can create any Nen ability you want, as long as it confines to the rules of whatever Nen affinity you fall under. So you're probably thinking, why can't I just make a gun that could blow up the moon? You can't do that, obviously. But you could get pretty dang close. And that's where restrictions come into play. The more of a risk you put into play, or more of a drawback you put on your ability, the more powerful it can become. So if you want to create a gun that blows up the moon only on the 4th of July 2022, then you better mark your calendars. Yeah, say your prayers. I'm sick and tired of you all. See, this truly is the beauty of world building. People traveling in air blimps, video games that can kill you in real life, strange beasts, foreign landscapes, and it all feels like everyone is connected somehow. You see people in different locations, people meet up from halfway across the world, it all feels like paths intertwine in some way. But later on, you soon realize that the world is a whole lot bigger than we thought it out to be. Ants that grow and evolve that can push humans to the brink of extinction. Diseases that cause immortality. This tree is 1,784 meters tall, and it's only a sapling. I mean, honestly, I could go on and on about it, but I don't want this video to be too long. I mean, the next time my editor is going to see me, he's probably going to strangle me, but hey, that's how I feel about Hunter x Hunter, all jokes aside. The greatest anime of all time. Moral of the story? Just watch it, alright? You won't regret it. It's 148 episodes. It won't take that long to finish. That's mostly a cakewalk for you guys. And if you don't like it and you drop it, but it's all good. I mean, at least you tried, right? You are entitled to your own opinion, right? I'm outside your house. Daijimo Fumishimete Kimi Wamazamade Yuku Tashi no Homite Suratashite. You can smell